If you were to ask me, honestly, what's the only thing I fear in life? It's this. Watch it.
This just made the scariest verse in the Bible even scarier. God in Jeremiah 1 tells Jeremiah that before you were even in the womb, I knew you. But then we bring in the scariest verse in the whole Bible, which is Matthew 7:23, where Jesus says one day he's going to tell many people, depart from me, I never knew you. So you've got Jeremiah being told that before you were in the womb, I knew you. But then you've got Jesus saying in Matthew 7, he's going to tell a lot of people, I never knew you. Which is true? Both. There is a version of you God knew in the womb. He intended you to become. And Matthew 7 leads me to believe you can become something entirely different. So much to the point, one day Jesus looks at you and says, I don't know this person. I knew you in the womb. I knew who you were supposed to become, but you used the free will I gave you to become someone completely different, to become the antithesis of the person I intended you to be. And I just feel like I'm supposed to ask you, who are you becoming? Are you becoming the person Jesus knew when you were in your mother's womb, the person he had in mind, the person he created you to become? Or are you being conformed to the patterns of this world, so much so that one day, even if you do a lot of good things along the way, one day Jesus looks at you and he says, I don't know who you are.
This is really, really terrifying. And I need to be honest. I am a sinner worthy of hell. I do not deserve his love and his grace, but God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son so that those who choose to believe in him will not perish but have everlasting life. I will let you all know right now, this is the main thing I want to get out. Honestly, I never grew up with a church. I've only been born again for about 2 years now, and I lived in complete ignorance of everything in life. Literally a walking zombie, just living in carnal desires and flesh. And that is extremely, extremely dangerous. I was on a fast track to hell. I only thought the purpose of life was, if you were to ask me 2-3 years ago, the only purpose of me being on this life is to get money and to have sex with women. Literally. That was my motto for life. And that's an extremely dangerous path. And nobody ever told me about Jesus Christ. That's why I'm so adamant these days about spreading the gospel to as many people as possible, fulfilling Mark 16:15. Go and preach the good news of all creation. That's why I'm making this channel. That's why I go out every Saturday and try to reach the lost, because I used to be that lost individual who, if I were to have died during the first 33 years of my life when I was living entrenched in fornication and adultery and sin, Jesus would have said to me, depart from me, I never knew you, you workers of iniquity. Yeah. I do not want him to not know my name. Matter of fact, because I live for him fully now and have been persecuted for sacrificing my love for the world for Jesus Christ, I have been getting persecuted to the point where I had HR calling my phone saying that people think I told them they're going to go to hell when that never took place. False accusations are coming my way because I love Jesus more than everything in this world. Matthew chapter 5, verse 11 to 12 says, if you are getting falsely accused or persecuted, or people say evil things about you because of my name, Jesus Christ is speaking this, mind you, rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. I'm going to let you all know right now, Matthew chapter 11, verse 6 also says, blessed is he who is not ashamed of me. I am not ashamed of my great King. I am not. I will die for him, if need be, because he saved my life at age 33, 2 years ago. He saved my life, physically and spiritually. The least I can do is to give penance and repent to him by giving the rest of every second of my life to him. It's the least I can do, because I want him to know my name. I want him to tell me, well done, good and faithful servant.